that this will be Peyton Manning's last game. Now, you got a chance to speak with Brett Favre, and he said as a player, publicly, you're not talking about the end, but it does consume you. So do you think Peyton is feeling the same way heading into this game?
I think he is. What I asked Brett to do was kind of take me through what he was like privately compared to publicly. And, obviously had a lot of close retirements, near retirements, retire and come out of retirements. But he was saying that every time people asked him about it, he was with the Vikings in the NFC Championship game in 2009, and he came within one of his own interceptions of making it back to the Super Bowl. And he said that that entire week, all he talked about was why this didn't bother him, why he wasn't worried if this was the end. He didn't think that it might be the last thing. And basically what he said after that is that he wasn't telling the truth publicly, and that he was thinking, this is my last chance. This is the last time I'm going to be this close to the Super Bowl, and it may be my last chance to get a second ring. So there are quite a few parallels there, in that Manning's been to the Super Bowl a few times. He's only won it once. This could be a second Super Bowl, which would change dramatically, I think, his legacy and how we view him. And he's also saying, I'm taking it 1 week at a time, and I'm not thinking too far ahead, and I'm not going to confirm that I told Belichick this may be my last rodeo. And I think all that stuff has to be weighing on him. It has to be in his mind. And if he's blocking it out, he's just doing a much better job than Favre did.
I mean, knowing Peyton Manning and how cerebral he is, do you think that this will be more motivating, or could it be that thing that's sort of hanging out in the back of his brain that could be a hindrance as he leads up to the Super Bowl?
Well, I think it'll definitely be in his mind, and whether it ends up being a hindrance or not, I think will hinge somewhat on how Carolina's defense plays. I don't think it'll affect his play in the way that he'll be sitting there thinking like, this is my last chance. But just the fact that it consumes you throughout the week, that you're going to get asked about it thousands of times, probably on Super Bowl media day alone, that the whole narrative is going to be around whether you can win another ring. I think that has to in some way play into his mind, and maybe it doesn't impact him when he's making a throw on 3rd and 10, but maybe it impacts how much sleep he gets this week, or how much he gets sick of talking about it, or whether he's actually thinking about what he might do when the game is over. Maybe he's already made that decision, maybe he hasn't. But I have to imagine on some level it would impact you, and on some level you'd have to think about it, and on some level you'd have to acknowledge that this whole elephant in the room exists. That said, he's played a million games. He's played in this game before and more than once, and so I don't think it'll be a determining factor in the game, but I think it's something he'll definitely have to deal with throughout the week.